Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast. Today is Thursday, June 7th, 2018. Today I'm going to recap last night's Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Warriors and the Cavs. Go over what I called on yesterday's podcast, which was the firing, or as the Sixers would like to say, the resignation of Brian Colangelo. Pick Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight between the Capitals and the Knights. Go over all the baseball action from yesterday, look ahead to today's games. Go over a couple picks I liked between picks 11 through 40 in the MLB draft from yesterday. And I'm going to close the podcast by doing my NBA mock draft. Here we go. The Warriors defeated the Cavaliers 110-102 to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Give the Cavs credit. They hung around in this one for a while, but Kevin Durant was the best player on the court. He was unstoppable in this game. 43 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists in the win. LeBron James put up a triple-double in the defeat. 33 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. Kevin Love was really good for the Cavs in this game. The Cavaliers sort of survived the Warriors' third quarter run, but Kevin Durant just couldn't be stopped. LeBron James hit a big three-pointer to get the Cavs within one with a couple minutes to go. The Cavaliers had some brief leads. And it's funny, if you think about it, if Kevin Durant doesn't get hot in this game, and if J.R. Smith doesn't have the bluffer, and you could even point to if the refs don't change that call in Game 1, maybe we're talking about the Cavaliers having a 2-1 series lead instead of being down in a 3-0 series deficit. Game 4 tomorrow night, Warriors going for the sweep. I'll pick that on tomorrow's podcast. Breaking news just before I started the podcast, Brian Colangelo out as Philadelphia 76ers general manager. This was bound to happen. I predicted this on yesterday's podcast. I was joking around on Twitter last night that Adrian Wojnarowski was going to break the news in the middle of the finals game, but it happened to happen within the last 10 minutes. This was bound to happen. Candidates for this job are going to be former Cavaliers GM David Griffin among them. See who else is in play for this. This is a very enticing job. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, a lot of assets that they could possibly trade. There's certainly an option for LeBron James this summer. And we'll follow more on this story on tomorrow's podcast. Game 5 tonight of the Stanley Cup Final between the Capitals and the Golden Knights, 8 o'clock NBC. Doc Emrick, Eddie Olczyk, Pierre McGuire on the call. Will the Capitals clinch tonight? Or will the Golden Knights get this within a game? I'm going to say that Vegas lives to play another day, and they'll force a Game 6 in D.C. on Sunday night. Give me 4-2 Golden Knights, with the last goal being an empty netter. I think Marc-Andre Fleury bounces back. I think the Knights are just due in front of their home crowd. I just don't see them losing on their home ice, as I think they will live to play another day. All right, Major League Baseball last night. Some interesting results. The Nationals defeated the Rays 11-2 as they improved to 35-25. The Rays dropped to 28-32. Tanner Roark with the win improves to 3-6. Johnny Venters with the loss drops to 1-1. Bottom of the first, 2-run double Anthony Rendon, 2-0 Nats. RBI double Michael A. Taylor, 3-0 Nats. 2-run single Tanner Roark, 5-0 Nats. Bottom of the second, RBI single, Michael A. Taylor, 6-0 Nats. Top of the fourth, RBI single, Carlos Gomez made it a 6-1 game. Top of the fifth, a home run by C.J. Cron made it a 6-2 game. Bottom of the sixth, RBI double, Anthony Rendon, 7-2 Nats. RBI double, Juan Soto, 8-2 Nats. RBI single, Michael A. Taylor, 9-2 Nats. Michael A. Taylor scores on the throwing error by Wilson Ramos to make it a 10-2 Nats lead. Bottom of the eighth, pass ball by Wilson Ramos allows Anthony Rendon to score. 11-2 Nats was your final. Tanner Roark, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 3.56 ERA. Johnny Venters, as their quote-unquote opener, only went a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Left the game with a 5.06 ERA. Ryan Yarbrough in relief, 5 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 3.68 ERA. The Indians defeated the Brewers 3-1 as they improved to 32-28. Milwaukee drops to 37-25. Carlos Carrasco with the win improves to 7-2. Chase Anderson with the loss drops to 4-5. Cody Allen gets his 11th save of the year. Top of the third, RBI single, Travis Shaw, 1-0 Brewers. Bottom of the fifth, RBI single, Michael Brantley, ties it up at 1 apiece. RBI double, Jose Ramirez, 2-1 Indians. Bases loaded walk, Yonder Alonso, 3-1 Indians was your final. Carlos Carrasco, 7 innings, 8 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 10 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.23 ERA. Chase Anderson, 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.57 ERA. The Orioles defeated the Mets 1-0 as they improved to 19-41. The Mets dropped to 27-32. Dylan Bundy with the win improves to 4-7. And Jesus Familia with the loss drops to 2-3. Brad Brock with his 10th save of the year. Top of the 8th, sacrifice fly, Manny Machado for the lone Orioles run. That's all they needed. Dylan Bundy, 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.04 ERA. Zach Wheeler was actually pretty good too. 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.57 ERA. The Padres defeated the Braves 3-1 as they improved to 29-35. Atlanta drops to 36-26. Jose Castillo with the win. Mike Faltiunich with the loss. Brad Hand gets his 18th save of the year. Faltiunich drops to 5-4. Jose Castillo to 1-0. Top of the first, home run, Freddie Freeman, 1-0 Braves. Bottom of the second, RBI triple, Cody Spagenberg, ties up at 1 apiece. RBI single, Manuel Margot, 2-1 Padres. Bottom of the 8th, sacrifice to the pitcher by Freddie Galvis, 3-1 Padres is your final. Matt Strom only went 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Left the game with a 3.07 ERA. Padres pretty much did a bullpen by committee game. Jose Castillo, an inning and 2/3, a hit, no earned runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Leaves the game with an ERA of 0. Mike Faltiunich, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 2.31 ERA. The Giants defeated the Diamondbacks 5-4 in 10 innings as they improved to 31-31. Arizona drops to 32-29. Hunter Strickland with the win improves to 3-2. Andrew Chaffin with the loss drops to 0-2. Bottom of the first, home run, Pablo Sandoval, 1-0 Giants. Top of the third, 2-run double, Daniel Descalso, 2-1 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the third, RBI double, Andrew McCutchen ties up at 2 apiece. Top of the fifth, RBI double, Paul Goldschmidt, 3-2 Diamondbacks. Top of the sixth, RBI double, Paul Goldschmidt, 4-2 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the ninth, big home run to tie the game up at 4 apiece by Alec Hansen. Bottom of the 10th, walk-off single, Brandon Crawford giving the Giants a 5-4 victory. Chris Stratton, 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 4.63 ERA. Clay Buchholz, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 1.88 ERA. Buchholz has been a great diamond in the rough signing by the Diamondbacks. Them taking a chance on somebody. That's been a great payoff so far. The Pirates feed the Dodgers 11-9 as they improved to 31-30. The Dodgers dropped to 30-31. Stephen Brawl with the win improves to 5-1. Daniel Hudson with the loss drops to 1-2. Felipe Vasquez gets his 11th save of the year. Bottom of the second, bases clearing double, Josh Harrison, 3-0 Pirates. RBI single, Starling Marte, 4-0 Pirates. Top of the third, Dodgers answer right back. 2-run double, Matt Kemp made it a 4-2 game. 2-run home run, Cody Bellinger ties up at 4 apiece. Bottom of the third, fielder's choice, Colin Moran, 5-4 Pirates. Fielder's choice, Josh Bell, 6-4 Pirates. Bottom of the fourth, 2-run double, David Freese, 8-4 Pirates. Top of the fifth, a 3-run home run from Matt Kemp, 8-7 Pirates. Bottom of the sixth, RBI single, Sean Rodriguez, 9-7 Pirates. 2-run double, Gregory Polanco, 11-7 Pirates. Top of the eighth, Matt Kemp scores on the balk to make it an 11-8 game. RBI single, Yasmani Grandal, 11-9. Pirates was your final. Trevor Williams wasn't good. 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.18 ERA. Stephen Brault in relief, 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.6 ERA. Caleb Ferguson started for the Dodgers. Ugly line. An inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a very ugly 21.6 ERA. Daniel Hudson in relief. Not really that much better. An inning and a third, 3 innings, no earned runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Left the game with a 5.06 ERA. The Yankees defeated the Blue Jays 3-0 in 13 innings. They improved to 40-18. Toronto drops to 26-35. David Robertson with the win improves to 4-2. Joe Bigiani with the loss drops to 0-5. Aroldis Chapman gets his 15th save of the year. This was scoreless until the 13th inning. Top of the 13th, A 2-run home run for Aaron Judge got the Yankees on the board 2-0, followed by a home run by Giancarlo Stanton to make it 3-0 Yankees final. Sonny Gray had his best start of the year. 8 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.81 ERA. Sam Gaviglio had his best outing of the year, too. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 2.51 ERA. The Red Sox defeated the Tigers 7-1 as they improved to 43-19. Detroit drops to 29-34. Eduardo Rodriguez with the win improves to 7-1. Blaine Hardy with the loss drops to 2-1. Top of the second, RBI single, Jose Iglesias, 1-0 Tigers. Bottom of the third, here come the Red Sox. RBI double, Christian Vasquez ties up at 1 apiece. RBI double, Andrew Benintendi, 2-1 Sox. 2-run doubles, Xander Bogaerts, 4-1 Sox. Bottom of the fifth, home run, Andrew Benintendi, 5-1 Sox. Bottom of the seventh, home run, Christian Vasquez, 6-1 Sox. Bottom of the eighth, RBI single, Sam Travis, 7-1 Sox. Your final, Eduardo Rodriguez, 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 3.68 ERA. He is improving in that starting rotation. Blaine Hardy, 6 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 3.66 ERA. The Rockies defeated the Reds 6-3 as they improved to 32-29. Cincinnati drops to 21-41. John Gray with the win improves to 6-6. Sal Romano with the loss drops to 3-7. Wade Davis got his 20th save of the year. Top of the second, RBI double, Tony Wolters, 1-0 Rockies. Bottom of the second, RBI single, Jose Peraza ties up at 1 apiece. Bottom of the third, sacrifice fly, Scooter Gennett, 2-1 Reds. Top of the fourth, RBI single, Gerardo Parra ties up at 2 apiece. 2-run home run, Ian Desmond, 4-2 Rocks. Bottom of the fifth, RBI double, Scooter Gennett made it 4-3. Top of the sixth, RBI single, Tony Wolters, 5-3 Rocks. Top of the eighth, RBI single, Gerardo Parra, 6-3 Rocks was your final. John Gray, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 5.66 ERA. Sal Romano, 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 6.23 ERA. The Rangers defeat the A's 8-2 as they improve to 27-37. Oakland drops to 31-31. Bartolo Colon with the win improves to 3-3. Daniel Mengden with the loss drops to 6-5. Bottom of the first, 2-run home run, Jurickson Profar, 2-0 Rangers. Home run, Joey Gallo, 3-0 Rangers. Bottom of the third, home run, Jurickson Profar, 4-0 Rangers. Bottom of the fourth, 2-run home run, Ronald Guzman, 6-0 Rangers. Top of the fifth, 2-run home run, Chris Davis, made it a 6-2 game. Bottom of the seventh, 2-run single, Jurickson Profar, 8-2 Rangers was your final. Bartolo Colon, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Leaves the game with a 4.16 ERA. Daniel Mengden, 4 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 3.45 ERA. The Cubs defeated the Phillies 7-5 as they improved to 34-24. Philly drops to 32-27. Corey Mazzoni with the win improves to 1-0. Adam Morgan with the loss drops to 0-2. Bottom of the second, home run Anthony Rizzo, 1-0 Cubs. Bottom of the fourth, RBI single Wilson Contreras, 2-0 Cubs. Sacrifice fly Javier Baez, 3-0 Cubs. Top of the sixth, 3-run home run Aaron Altherr ties up at 3 apiece. Top of the ninth, home run Dylan Cousins, the first of his big league career, 5-3 Phillies. Bottom of the ninth, walk-off grand slam Jason Hayward, 7-5 Cubs, your final. What a win for the Cubs. Jose Quintana, 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.2 ERA. He is improving. Aaron Nola was great too. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 2.35 ERA. Maybe the walks should have been down for Nola, but he still was pretty good. White Sox defeated the Twins 5-2 as they improved to 20-39. Minnesota drops to 26-32. Hector Santiago with the win improves to 2-2. Jake Odorizzi with the loss drops to 3-3. Joaquin Soria gets his 6th save of the year. Bottom of the second, RBI double, Erie Adrianza, 1-0 Twins. Top of the fourth, RBI single, Tim Anderson ties it up at 1 apiece. Bottom of the fourth, RBI single, Ryan Lamari, 2-1 Twins. Top of the sixth, pass ball allows Yolmer Sanchez to score, ties up at 2 apiece. 2-run single, Tim Anderson, 4-2 Sox. Sacrifice fly, Adam Engel, 5-2 Sox. That was your final. Hector Santiago, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.96 ERA. Jake Odorizzi, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Leaves the game with a 4.24 ERA. The Astros defeated the Mariners 7-5 as they improved to 38-25. Seattle drops to 38-23. Chris Davinsky with the win improves to 2-1. Juan Nicasio with the loss drops to 1-3. Hector Rondon gets his first save of the year. Top of the fourth, home run Nelson Cruz, 1-0 Mariners. Bottom of the fourth, 2-run home run Evan Gattis, 2-1 Astros. RBI double George Springer, 3-1 Astros. Top of the sixth, RBI single Nelson Cruz, makes it a 3-2 game. Top of the seventh, home run Denard Span, his first as a Mariner, ties it up at 3 apiece. RBI single Gene Segura, 4-3 Mariners. Bottom of the seventh, infield single Alex Bregman, ties it up at 4 apiece. RBI single Jose Altuve, 5-4 Astros. 2-run single Yuli Gurriel, 7-4 Astros. Top of the eighth, home run Kyle Seager, 7-5 Astros was your final. Lance McCullers, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.94 ERA. Wade LeBlanc, 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 2.94 ERA. The Marlins defeated the Cardinals 11-3 as they improved to 22-39. St. Louis drops to 32-27. Drew Rukinski with the win improves to 1-0. Jack Flaherty with the loss drops to 2-2. Top of the third, 2-run home run Derek Dietrich, 2-0 Marlins. RBI grounder to fielders twice. Brian Anderson, 3-0 Miami. Bottom of the third, RBI double Jose Martinez made it a 3-1 game. Bottom of the fourth, sacrifice fly Yaro Munoz makes it a 3-2 game. Top of the fifth, RBI double Brian Anderson, 4-2 Marlins. Miguel Rojas safe at first on the throwing error by Yaro Munoz, allowing Justin Bour to score, 5-2 Marlins. RBI single JT Riddle, 6-2 Marlins. Top of the sixth, RBI single Derek Dietrich, 7-2 Marlins. Justin Bour safe on the error by Yaro Munoz, 8-2 Marlins. Top of the seventh, home run Lewis Brinson, 9-2 Marlins. RBI double JT Realmuto, 10-2 Marlins. Bottom of the seventh, RBI single Jose Martinez made it a 10-3 game. Top of the ninth, another home run for Lewis Brinson, 11-3 Marlins was your final. Wei-Yin Chen, 4 in the third inning, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 5.86 ERA. Jack Flaherty, probably his worst start in the big leagues so far. 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.2 ERA. Just a bad loss for the Cardinals. The Angels defeated the Royals 4-3 as they improved to 35-28. The Royals dropped to 21-41. Cam Barotzen with the win improves to 3-1. Scott Barlow with the loss drops to 1-1. Blaine Parker gets his 5th save of the year. Top of the fourth, RBI single Alex Gordon, 1-0 Royals. Bottom of the fifth, RBI double Zach Cozart ties it up at 1 apiece. Bottom of the sixth, 2-run home run Ian Kinsler, 3-1 Angels. Bottom of the seventh, home run Justin Upton, 4-1 Angels. Top of the eighth, 2-run single Alex Gordon made it a 4-3 game. That was your final. Shohei Ohtani, 4 innings, 4 hits, and earned run, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 3.1 ERA. He had to leave the game due to a blister. Hopefully he'll be okay. Ian Kennedy, 5 innings, 7 hits, and earned run, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts, leaves the game with a 5.76 ERA. Today's games, you have a lot of day games, some night games, and some teams with the day off. 12:30, you have Rockies Reds, Tyler Anderson and Tyler Mahle. Dodgers Pirates as well at 12:30. You have Dennis Santana making the start for the Dodgers. Looks like they could be possibly going with the opener role here for the Dodgers, but maybe I'm wrong. And Jamison Taillon. 1 o'clock, White Sox Twins. James Shields and Jose Barrios. 1:15, Marlins Cardinals. The Cardinals got to salvage this game. Trevor Richards and Miles McCollus. 2:20, Phillies Cubs. Nick Pivetta and Tyler Chatwood. 7 o'clock, ESPN, Tigers Red Sox. You have Matthew Boyd and making his first start, Jalen Beeks. I'm going to take a chance and pick the Red Sox to pull off the sweep. I don't feel good about this with Beeks making his first big league start. And Matt Boyd's actually been solid for Detroit this year. But I'm banking on the Red Sox offense more than I am the Red Sox pitching. So give me, let's say, a 7-5 Red Sox as Boyd has a rough outing against one of the best 2 lineups in baseball. 7 o'clock as well, you have the Orioles and the Blue Jays, David Hess and Jaime Garcia. That's going to be a high-scoring game. Mariners, Rays, Mike Leake and Ryan Stanek. So the Rays going with the opener again. 8 o'clock, you have Astros, Rangers. Garrett Cole and Cole Hamels. That's a fun game. And last but not least, 10 o'clock, you have the Royals and the Athletics. You have Jason Hamill, and making his first start of the year, Paul Blackburn. That's it for baseball for today. I'm going to go over some quick draft steals from yesterday between rounds 11 and 40. In the 29th round by the Brewers, Nander DeSatis. That was a steal. 38th round, Orioles, Slade Ciccone. 11th round, Red Sox, Nick Northcutt. 36th round, Brewers, Brandon Williams. 34th round, Braves, Zach Hess. 38th round, Giants, Brett Hansen. 30th round, Marlins, Garrett McDaniels. 38th round, Rays, Garrett Wade. 14th round, Brewers, Elijah Cable. 36th round, Jays, Cameron Guangornia. 24th round, Angels, Isaiah Campbell. And 32nd round, Giants, Blake Rivera. Doesn't necessarily mean that all these guys are going to sign, but if they do, those are all steals for those teams. Now I'm going to do my NBA mock draft, my 6th edition of it. I'm going to say the team, the player, and a quick little description. 1. Phoenix Suns, DeAndre Ayton, center, Arizona. After slotting Luka Doncic here a couple mock drafts ago, I switched back to Ayton, who is perhaps the draft's best prospect due to his size, soft touch at the rim, and his promising jump shot. He's drawn comparisons to Joel Embiid and Patrick Ewing, and the Suns, who really don't have a long-term true center, won't pass on him. 2. Sacramento Kings, Marvin Bagley, power forward center, Duke. Bagley could very well end up the best player from this draft class. He has great athleticism and can shoot it from 3, and it would be interesting to see what the Kings would do with Willie Cauley-Stein if they were to pick Bagley or Jaren Jackson Jr. over Luka Doncic. 3. Atlanta Hawks, Jaren Jackson Jr., power forward center, Michigan State. Jackson is a bit of a wild card in this lottery portion of the draft, considering that he exceeded expectations as a freshman in college and played his way to this position. Although he struggled in the big dance, his rim protecting as well as his perimeter game were excellent. 4. Memphis Grizzlies, Luka Doncic, guard, Real Madrid. Doncic will be the most proven player in the draft due to his success overseas. He's an ideal fit for the perimeter-oriented league and should have a long, productive NBA career. There are reports out there that Doncic does not want to play in Sacramento, so don't be shocked if Doncic slips this far. 5. Dallas Mavericks, Mohamed Bamba, center, Texas. Bamba doesn't have much of an offensive game, but his defensive presence with his height and shot blocking could appeal to any team. Bamba would learn from Dirk Nowitzki for a couple of seasons, and Rick Carlisle would love somebody like Bamba. 6. Orlando Magic, Wendell Carter Jr., power forward center, Duke. The Magic can go in multiple directions with this pick, but let's slate Carter in this spot as they go with the best player available. Carter is overshadowed on the Blue Devils due to his teammates, but his defense is excellent. He provides spacing on the floor. 7. Chicago Bulls, Michael Porter Jr., small forward, power forward, Missouri. Although Porter barely played college basketball, he's still worth picking here at 7 for the Bulls. He has great offensive skill sets and good three-point range, but questions range about his mobility. The Bulls can use somebody like Porter, who is very versatile, and the Bulls can use versatile forwards. 8. Cleveland Cavaliers from the Brooklyn Nets via the Boston Celtics. Colin Sexton, point guard, Alabama. The Cavaliers have a need at point guard whether LeBron James leaves this summer or not. Sexton is super fast, super quick, and forever aggressive, all of which are great qualities for anybody entering the NBA. He puts pressure on defenses basically every possession. 9. New York Knicks, Trae Young, point guard, Oklahoma. Reports out of the Combine are that the Knicks really like Trae Young. Young is very polarizing because of how his season went and how defenses started figuring him out in conference play. That said, he has a Steph Curry type of ceiling and the Knicks may not pass on it. 10. Philadelphia 76ers from the Los Angeles Lakers via the Phoenix Suns. Mikal Bridges, small forward, Villanova. Bridges took a massive leap this year for the Wildcats. Due to his 3-and-D capability, Bridges is one of the draft's safe bets. The Sixers would be a nice landing spot for him as he can begin off the bench and can eventually start for them, depending on how the summer goes for them. 11. Charlotte Hornets. Miles Bridges, small forward, Michigan State. Although Bridges might end up being a small ball power forward in the future due to his average ball handling, he is a great shooter on the wing and provides great athleticism. Bridges would be a nice fit on this rebuilding Hornets team as they can view him as a building block. 12. Los Angeles Clippers from the Detroit Pistons. Lonnie Walker, shooting guard, Miami. Walker's stock is rising, although he didn't have the greatest freshman season due to coming off his meniscus tear, which provided an interesting case for him to return to Miami for his sophomore season. That said, Walker is worth taking in this spot due to his pure talent and potential. 13. Los Angeles Clippers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guard, Kentucky. Gilgeous-Alexander's stock has trended up after he had a great season for the Wildcats. He has great size and a finishing craft defensively, and maybe quickness. He's versatile and would be a nice piece for the Clippers, who need more depth at the guard positions. 14. Denver Nuggets. Kevin Knox, small forward, Kentucky. Knox hasn't been as consistent as a shooter as the Wildcats had hoped, but he still projects as a solid defender and can rebound well. If he develops a shot, he can end up as a rotation piece for the Nuggets. 15. Washington Wizards. Robert Williams, power forward center, Texas A&M. Williams could have been a lottery pick last year, but decided to come back to school for one more season. Williams isn't known for his offense, but he's great at rebounding and defending the rim. He could be a poor man's DeAndre Jordan. 16. Phoenix Suns from the Miami Heat. Zaire Smith, shooting guard, Texas Tech. Smith went from a 3-star recruit to a likely first-round pick thanks to elite athleticism and ultra-aggressive two-way play at Texas Tech. His freshman season was full of highlight reel plays with tip dunks and chase-down blocks becoming nightly occurrences. 17. Milwaukee Bucks. Anfernee Simons, point guard, shooting guard, IMG Academy. Simmons is a bit undersized for a shooting guard, which makes him a bit of a project, but he can attack the basket and has a decent shot, but must develop on the defensive end. The Bucks would be an interesting landing spot, considering that Eric Bledsoe is entering the final year of his contract, and he can step right in as a starter in a year from now. 18. San Antonio Spurs. Kyrie Thomas, shooting guard, Creighton. Thomas is interesting because he doesn't have much upside. What Thomas does have, though, is a two-way presence with great shooting and perimeter defending. This pick would be a solid one for the Spurs, as he would probably come off the bench for them early on. 19. Atlanta Hawks from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jerome Robinson, shooting guard, Boston College. Robinson is in the mix for the most slept-on prospect in the country due to Boston College's lack of success. Robinson should be able to bring more attention to his potential during workouts. He is athletic and would be a nice fit in Atlanta. 20. Minnesota Timberwolves from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Dante DiVincenzo, shooting guard, Villanova. DiVincenzo broke out in a major way at the Combine and forfeited the strong impression he left in March and over the course of Villanova's season. It's clear he's not a flash in the pan, as his consistent level of focus, instincts for forcing turnovers and grabbing rebounds, and the ability to hit open jumpers build in a degree of safety. 21. Utah Jazz. Elie Okobo, point guard, France. Okobo has suddenly become one of the draft's most fascinating prospects, particularly after going for 44 points on 17 shots in a Pro A playoff game a couple of weeks ago, which has risen his draft stock dramatically. The Jazz could use a backup point guard to come off the bench, and he could provide that. 22. Chicago Bulls from the New Orleans Pelicans. Kevin Huerter, shooting guard, small forward, Maryland. Huerter is a fast riser on people's mock boards. He's one of the draft's top shooters, but he's also a multi-dimensional wing for his underrated playmaking ability. 23. Indiana Pacers. Aaron Holiday, point guard, UCLA. Holiday is another one of my sleepers. He's a great scorer and shooter and can hold his own defensively, but he isn't great at getting in the paint. Darren Collison is not the long-term answer at the point for the Pacers, and Holiday would be a nice fit. 24. Portland Trailblazers. Chandler Hutchinson, small forward, Boise State. Hutchinson is one of my sleepers in the draft class. He isn't a great shooter, but has a nice all-around game with his ability to attack the rim, rebounding, and he's a solid off-the-ball defender. 25. Los Angeles Lakers from the Cleveland Cavaliers. DeAnthony Melton, shooting guard, USC. Melton was held out of the entire season by USC following the program's role in the FBI investigation. What the Trojans missed was a bulldog defender and a skilled passer who found ways to impact the game, even without a dependable jump shot. He has a Swiss Army knife type of skill set would fit well on anybody's bench. 26. Philadelphia 76ers. Troy Brown, wing, Oregon. Brown is an interesting prospect considering that he had a solid season at Oregon, but has a reputation of disappearing in games. Brown's size and ball handling ability is what makes him worth a selection at this spot, and I like this landing spot for Brown. 27. Boston Celtics. Bruce Brown, guard, Miami. Brown could be a steal at this spot, considering he missed most of the season with a foot injury. Brown has great athleticism, size, and has a good defensive mind, and Brad Stevens would like somebody like Brown. 28. Golden State Warriors. Zanan Musa, small forward, Svetlia. Musa is an intriguing international prospect that is motivated to play in the league. He's a great scorer on the wing, and his playmaking skills are improving. The Warriors can afford to go the draft and stash route if they would like to do so with Musa. 29. Brooklyn Nets from the Toronto Raptors. Jalen Brunson, point guard, Villanova. Brunson has shown first-round potential throughout his time in college. The Nets need more point guard depth behind Spencer Dinwiddie since Jeremy Lin has been injury-prone. 30. Atlanta Hawks from Houston Rockets via Los Angeles Clippers. Kaida Bates-Diop, power forward, Ohio State. Bates-Diop had an outstanding junior collegiate season. What hurts Bates-Diop is his lack of athleticism, but his season cannot be ignored due to his outstanding shooting and providing matchup problems for the opposition. That's it for the mock draft. A couple quick things before I go. Brian Colangelo, his wife, admitted to creating and running the burner accounts. And so that makes sense. That was rumored to be the case. And I wonder if those two will stay married. Last but not least, Texas Rangers general manager John Daniels got a contract extension that broke about 20 minutes ago. I think that's well-deserved, even though his team wasn't in the playoffs last year and probably won't be in the playoffs again this year, as they'll probably be a seller at the trading deadline. I think he's done a great job the last couple years, snagging Alex Calhoun for Yu Darvish. He's going to get a lot for Cole Hamels. Maybe he puts out some of his position players like Adrian Beltre on the trade market. He can get a lot for them. And he's made some good buyers moves too on the flip side. So he deserves to have a job, and he's been a great general manager these last couple years, and he deserves the contract extension. That's it for the podcast today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final, all the baseball action. I'll be doing an NHL mock draft tomorrow and a lot more. I hope you guys have a great day, everybody.